Yes, absolutely.
Well, you're the subject of a radio call now because
what was the call about?
Suspicious behavior that you're standing outside of the bank, recording and taking photographs of the bank.
So somebody called and said that I was taking photos?
Yes, with your camera.
On a public sidewalk. And you guys actually came out for that?
Yeah, we sure did.
Crazy.
Why wouldn't we?
I mean, if somebody called and said there's a Jew walking down the sidewalk, would you guys respond to that?
It's scary for the people inside. It's concerning.
Well, if it's scary for the people inside,
do you not believe it's concerning if you're outside photographing a bank?
I'll tell you, when people are...
Do you not think that's suspicious, sir?
I do not, actually.
Okay.
When people find things scary, I know fear makes people do strange things. For example, if I was afraid of somebody outside, I wouldn't send a woman out by herself, feet from the man, to confront him. I would, I'd stay inside, first of all. So a gal came outside and was talking to me. She didn't seem scared at all. And if she was scared, she had a funny way of showing it.
Was she an employee?
Yeah, I believe she was, yes.
Okay, well, so who called us was not an employee. I
have no control over that. So somebody called you and they said, there's a man outside taking photographs.
Of the bank.
Okay, are you under the impression that that's illegal?
What was that?
You're not under the impression that that is a crime, are you?
No, I'm saying it's suspicious behavior that you're standing out front of a bank recording.
Well, there's 10,000 reasons why somebody might be standing outside of a bank recording. Okay. And I'll be frank with you, to address...
Do you have any ID on you, sir?
Sure, but
okay.
I'm not a big fan of that, though.
Do you mind handing it to me?
I do, actually, because I'm not a big fan of forfeiting my Fourth Amendment rights to placate the personal curiosity of yourself or somebody inside of a bank.
It's not of myself.
No.
I didn't just pass along and see you standing here recording and choose to stop you. You were the subject of a radio call. There's a difference there.
It's not a crime.
I'm just telling you.
All right, I'm telling you.
This case starts like so many modern public recording encounters: a man with a camera, a public sidewalk, and a police response triggered not by a crime, but by suspicion. What unfolds next is a tense, layered exchange that raises big questions about public photography, reasonable suspicion, officer discretion, and how quickly routine encounters can escalate. Watch closely as both sides dig in. The officer insists she's responding to a call about suspicious behavior, while the man insists he's exercising constitutional rights. But the real drama? It kicks in the moment the camera turns toward the officer herself. Suddenly, the tone shifts, backup is requested, and the narrative begins to evolve. Was this a misunderstanding that spiraled? A clash of personalities? Or a deeper issue about rights versus perception? Stay with us, because what happens in the next few minutes includes accusations, a call for backup, a disputed version of events, and a trespass notice that may not be as straightforward as it sounds. Pay attention to body language, wording, and timing, because in situations like
that, but I can still identify who you are.
You can ask, and I can refuse because I haven't committed a crime. You have to have a reasonable and articulable suspicion of a crime. Don't you agree,
and I could
Deputy
believe
Dominguez?
that you could be doing this for purposes of committing a crime.
I could be doing this for purposes of committing a crime.
Yeah, you're photographing a bank.
Yeah, I guess I could be, theoretically.
Don't
I'm not.
take my picture.
Are you serious?
Do not take my picture.
Are you serious? I'm taking 32 frames per second. Whoa, yep. Whoa, stay away from me. Hey. I will take your picture. Okay. It's perfectly legal. Boom, boom, boom.
Yep.
There you go.
Yep. Have a good day, sir.
There you go.
I'm letting you know, don't come any closer. You can stay right there if you want to continue to record. If you want to continue to record, you can stay over there.
I have every right to walk up the sidewalk,
but don't come any closer.
I'm walking up the sidewalk.
Okay, continue to walk up the sidewalk.
Now I'm watching you.
This way, the subject.
Don't take this the wrong way, but you been drinking today?
Have I been drinking?
Have you been drinking today?
I have a feeling, just so you guys know I'm feeling he's like a First Amendment person and rights. I don't know. He wouldn't talk. He didn't want to give me any info. He didn't want to give me his name. So I told him I'll start a supervisor this way then. They're concerned because he has been like zooming in with the camera. They don't know what he's trying to take pictures of inside the bank because he's standing on the other side where the window is. They want him trespassed. I don't want him.
He's on the property right now.
Back. Yeah.
He posted up on the property, so he already probably knows the game.
Yeah. So I figured whenever the supervisor gets here, I'll let them make that call if it's worth us trying to ID him.
Supervisor?
No, I called one. I'll explain after what. And then he just started, he like took the camera like this, and I told him get it out of my face, and I tried to move, and he's like, you're gonna not let me take pictures of you, and I kept moving in a circle around him, and I was like, hey, have a good day.
We're seeing a familiar setup. A public filmer outside a bank draws attention, someone inside gets concerned, and law enforcement is dispatched. This is where the tension between perception and legality begins. The officer is responding to a call, so from her perspective, there's a duty to check things out. But from the filmer's perspective, he's engaged in a lawful activity on a public sidewalk. That gap between legal and suspicious is where these encounters often ignite. Watch how both parties frame the situation. The officer leans on concern and public safety. The filmer leans on rights and precedent. Neither is backing down, and that's what creates the friction. The key question to keep in mind, at what point does a consensual encounter turn into something more? And does suspicion alone justify demands for identity?
Bye, and I just walked off, and he just like followed me up, and I was like, I told you to stop, you can wait on the sidewalk, don't come any closer. And he was like, I can't walk on the sidewalk, and I told him, yeah, you can walk on the sidewalk, stay on the sidewalk then.
So, if the bank just wants him trespass and he's going to refuse to identify himself and just fill out a trespass form and just take a picture of him, and then that's it. Just verbally tell him, hey, you're not allowed back here, you're not for a year or whatever, and you come back and you're trespassing, and that's about it. But he can stand on the sidewalk on public property and record as much as he wants. So.
Yeah.
Notice how the conversation quickly becomes philosophical. The officer frames the filming as concerning, while the man frames it as clearly legal. This is where language matters. Officers are trained to investigate suspicious calls, but citizens aren't required to explain lawful behavior. That mismatch can create a standoff where both sides feel justified. The filmer's rhetorical questions and sarcasm raise the emotional temperature, while the officer continues trying to establish control through questioning. These early moments are crucial, they often determine whether an encounter stays calm or escalates. You can already sense that neither side trusts the other's interpretation of the situation. And once trust disappears, even routine questions start to feel like confrontations. The energy here is shifting from casual inquiry to a subtle power struggle.
He was like, I don't know why they'd send a woman out here to confront me if I'm so scary. And I was like, well, the employees didn't call us, it was someone else. I don't know, he was being very...
So who wants some trespass then, the employees?
The bank. They said that they are concerned.
So if I were you, I'd just, do you have any of those trespass forms?
Yeah, I'm gonna have them go print one and then fill it out.
We'll just print it and start filling it out, and we'll just hang out. He's gonna pull over here. And
Yeah,
we'll
thanks.
Print two so you can keep one and hand it one to him.
Yeah.
Because he's not gonna.
Yeah,
I mean, he
he's
might
not gonna
want
sign
one,
it.
honestly. So.
He might want it, but
Print 3 copies. Decide how they want it.
technically speaking. Hey, what's up, buddy?
I might get arrested here in about 2 minutes, so if you want to stick around, I'll tell you. Take some footage of this if these guys arrest me, because I'm not going to forfeit my Fourth Amendment rights. They try to identify. One go, you'll see it. You'll see the vehicle. Yeah, that's bizarre. Absolutely bizarre. Dominguez, are you still afraid of a camera? It looks like you got multiple cameras on you.
It's the turning point. Up until now, this was a verbal back and forth. The moment the officer says, "Don't take my picture," the dynamic changes instantly. Public recording of police in public spaces is generally protected, but emotionally, this is often where officers react the strongest. The filmer doubles down by openly recording her, and the officer reacts by trying to create distance and control the situation. This is where perception of threat versus actual threat becomes central. Was she uncomfortable? Probably. Was it illegal to film her? That's the debate. These seconds matter because they set the stage for what happens next: backup, radio communication, and competing narratives about who did what.
I'm serving you with a trespass notice.
Sweet.
The bank is trespassing you from the property.
From their property.
From
Sure.
their property, yes,
Yeah,
correct.
I got no problem with that.
So if you trespass on their property, They will call us and you will be arrested.
Well, they're going to call you whether I trespass on their property or not, Dominguez.
Okay.
I haven't stepped foot on their property. Bless your heart. Okay, all right.
Okay.
Wait. You're not over her by
Do you
chance,
wanna
are you?
sign it?
Do you have more seniority over? I do not want to sign that. Absolutely not. Dominguez, nice try.
Here's your copy. You
Oh, thanks. Wait. Let me see. What does that say exactly?
don't want the copy?
I'm just taking a look at it. Yeah, I'll take that. Sure. Peering into bank windows with camera recording. Interesting. All right. Bless your heart. Yeah, I'd get some additional training, Dominguez. You're scared.
Now we hear the officer on the radio, and this is critical. Radio calls often shape how responding officers interpret a situation before they even arrive. Listen closely to how she describes events, the man recording, zooming in, refusing to provide information. Notice what's emphasized and what's not. In high-stress encounters, descriptions can become subjective. Is she lying? Misinterpreting? Frustrated? That's for viewers to analyze. But one thing is clear, once backup is called and a narrative is established over the radio, the situation escalates. Multiple officers arrive already primed with a certain expectation. That can shift the balance of power dramatically. This is no longer just a conversation, it's becoming an official.
Your own shadow. I'm walking up the sidewalk. You're 40 feet away and said, "Don't come any closer to me."
Did I tell you I was going to do anything to you? No.
You
I just
clearly,
said you don't need to come
you
any
clearly
closer to me.
panicked when I aimed the camera at you on the sidewalk. You panicked.
Am I panicked right
A
now?
lot. No, you're not panicked right now because you got some backup here for you. All by yourself.
You think I'm scared, sir?
I think you're chicken shit when you're all by yourself.
Okay, all right.
All right.
You can believe whatever you want to believe, sir.
Well, I saw it with my own eyes. I mean, who do I believe? You or my lying eyes? All right.
You can believe whatever.
You're dismissed without further argument, Dominguez.
Okay, you have a good day, sir.
I'm having a great day. I'm having a great day. You guys have a good one.
Take care.
Seriously, get her some extra training. She's scared of her own shadow.
Okay.
I thought it was our right to record in public places.
The procedural pivot, the trespass discussion. The officer acknowledges he can record from the sidewalk, but the bank wants him trespassed from their property. This is a nuanced legal area. Private property owners can request trespass notices, but enforcing them requires clarity about where the property line actually is. Meanwhile, the filmer predicts he might be arrested, showing how little trust exists between him and the officers. This moment highlights something bigger. Modern policing often plays out in front of cameras, with both sides aware they're being watched. That awareness can intensify behavior. Everyone is performing for an audience, whether they admit it or not.